our next literary roundup. This is a segment where we like to talk about all the lit news and prominent things that happened during this particular month and share some book love. So let's start off with something that made me feel really happy, honestly. So we have spoken about Salman Rushdie and how he got stabbed a few months back in this channel, right? So 6 months after his incident, he took a lot of pain and he came up with a new book called Victory City. And the moment he published that it's going to get launched, somebody came on Twitter and said his books are shit, like SH*T. And instead of getting offended by it, he did this really savage move where he went and recommented, like he retweeted, "Do you mean shut? Do you mean short? What do you mean by that?" And this gained so much attention on Twitter. Almost 8 lakh people were coming and commenting on it and liking it and sharing it, and it grabbed a lot of eyeballs. And this was quite a while back actually. By now, as we speak, it's probably crossed 8 lakh, and I'm pretty sure when this new book comes out, it's going to gain a lot of traction. But of course, on a more serious note, it was a really sad and disheartening thing to see how Salman Rushdie was treated 6 months back, and it's great to see him back in a literary picture, and let's just hope that this time around his books are given the respect they deserve. So with that on one side, let's talk about ChatGPT for a while, because that's the next trending topic on the internet. This thing about ChatGPT really interested me. There was this guy who published an entire book using AI. Not one single word of that children's book was written by him, and then he illustrated it on another app called Midjourney, not app software. So he wrote the entire story after creating a character on ChatGPT, and then he decided to use it on Midjourney to illustrate the full book, and then using the Amazon service, he was able to publish it, and within about a very short span of time, I guess within 48 hours, he had a bunch of published copies in his hand to read out to his child. But the problem is, this resulted in a lot of backlash for him, because various different artists were saying their works were plagiarized and stolen from them without their prior consent. And that's what ChatGPT and Midjourney are using. They kind of replicate the style those artists have used in order to create these new content. I mean, AI can't create something on its own. It can just, in a way, recreate what you have already fed to it. So a lot of artists were talking about this, and of course the whole topic about art and the artist, where this is not your original work. How can you earn so much when not even one word of it was written by you? But anyways, apart from all the backlash, the guy, I don't want to name him, but he really did take it in a stride, and he mentioned that the book was meant for his son as well as one of his friend's child, and both those children loved it. It was a great bedtime story for them. They had an amazing time, and that's all that matters to them. And when that's all they are talking about, why do we need to speculate even more, right? Speaking of Litfest, I was really interested, number one, about the KLF, which is the Kolkata Literature Festival that's happening right now as a 3-day event. This is interesting because they are expecting, ever since 2014 when this started, there's already a lot of authors and crew backstage, as well as audience members coming up, readers, fans, everybody, the entire team. There's already a lot of footfall, and this year they are expecting a world record number of people, guys. Definitely be there at the KLF, because it's happening right now and you could be a part of that world record number. I definitely am going to be there. So it's happening at Kolkata right now. See you there. Another thing which is really interesting is the Rajasthan Literature Festival, which is happening in Jaipur. This is really interesting because I think it's the first time Rajasthan is celebrating a lit fest like this, and they are dedicating almost 25 crore rupees to promote artists and art within the state. So they want to bring more recognition to their works. Apart from this 25 crore, there's also a welfare scheme where the CM Welfare Fund for artists and promotional activities for them. I don't exactly know the name of the fund, but there is almost 100 crore rupees going into that. And this fills me up with so much joy, because I'm so happy to see artists getting the funds they deserve and, you know, the recognition they deserve to pursue what they really love. So that's happening. Another Lit Fest, which is the third one, is happening in Nagpur at Vidarbha. And it's the Vidarbha Literary Festival that's happening. And there's also going to be a chairman and co-chairman, and there's a whole team around that, of course. But the person mentioned, like, I'm just going to read it out. To transform communities, we must become capable to embrace diversity and work towards equity and inclusion. That is what creative and compassionate people do. And with this mindset, they are creating this new Lit Fest, and I'm really eager to hear more about that, because apart from, the whole idea of LitFest is to connect authors and readers together and discover new fiction, right? And at the same time, promote the art and literature of that particular state, like translated works and authors over there, lesser known people. That's what we mainly talk about. And there's an added advantage to this LitFest because it's also promoting community, the sense of coming together. And I think that added advantage is what's going to sell the show for me, honestly. And the next thing that really intrigued me was Tomb of Sand, a book which is massive, guys. It's really big. So I'm really scared to start it, but I definitely want to read it because the author, who is Geetanjali Shri, actually the original text was called Ret Samadhi, and this was translated into Tomb of Sand, and it's now winning the International Booker Prize, which is really exciting. Gives me more reason to read it. Also, to see an Indian person winning a Booker Prize always fills me up with so much joy. I mean, every time you buy a new book and it has these stickers on top like Booker Prize winner, or it has always some award on top of these books, right? So genuinely seeing authors like this winning something, it always fills me up with a lot of joy. So yes, that has been happening. And with that, we kind of wrap up this lit news video. So let me know what you thought of it. What was your best news that you came across? To be honest, the best news I came across is something I didn't mention in this video, and that is the well-known You series with Joe Goldberg, who's like this creepy stalker guy. Season 4 is coming out very soon. Like, the author, I think she came up with the first 3 books and the 4th book was supposed to come out very soon. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but season 4 is coming out very soon. And just today morning, I read a review about it online, and I'm really excited to go check out Netflix if it's out and spend my weekend binging on that. So let me know what your plans are. How did you like this video? Are you excited for the next one? And what's the best news that happened this month that made you proud to be a reader? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.